Let's see if I can find some Villages news. Well, by the way, I'm going to cut a video here in a little bit with those two boxes there. I really, sometimes them Wednesday night live shows, because of craziness, and thank all of you for putting up with all of that. I just try to have fun with everybody. So we didn't get a chance to open them on the show. It was in my intention. Yes, I do take notes once in a while, and they were over here, and opening those boxes was part of the show, supposed to be part of the show, but we just ran along, and so we've decided that we're going to do a separate video, which is going to be today. It's going to be 6 o'clock. It doesn't make any difference, does it? Because you're not going to see this video. Well, not until later. Anyway, we're going to do it. We're going to do the video today, and I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to probably put it in with, I don't know, something, and whatever's in those boxes, we'll get it done today. And sorry I didn't get to do it on the WNL show. Woman reports inappropriate touching by massage therapist in the Villages. Repeat trespasser arrested again at residence in the Villages. I bet I know it's this guy that looks like he sells drugs. It looks like that to me anyway. That's the only way I can just, yeah, that's the same guy. That guy right there, same. I got a feeling, well, I'll read the whole story and then you tell me what you think. The repeat trespasser was arrested again at the residence of the Villages. Law enforcement was called Wednesday evening to the home in the 1700 block of Myrtle Beach Drive on the historic side of the Villages, where 57-year-old Douglas Hirsch has been arrested 5 times in the past 2 years, according to an arrest report from Lady Lake Police Department. The 82-year-old mother of a woman living at the property confirmed by police that Hirsch is not welcome on the property. Don't you find that a strange way to word that? An 82-year-old mother of a woman. Mother of a woman. Why didn't they say daughter? Whatever. That's, I don't know. Another person was visiting the home, and when she arrived, she spotted her sitting in the home's screened-in attachment. That's funny. Wouldn't that be like the lanai, a screened-in lanai? Hirsch fled on foot but was apprehended by police. The daughter who lives there appeared to be lethargic and was transported by ambulance to the UF Health, the Villages Hospital. Hirsch was arrested on a charge of trespassing and booked at Lake County Jail on $1,000 bond. He's there. He looks like a drug dealer to me. And she was lethargic. You know, they didn't say any more about her. What do you think? Sounds like she took some drugs. So I'm saying the reason why he keeps showing up is because the daughter is taking drugs. Maybe that's why mom don't want him there, trying to help the daughter out, but she's not helping anybody out. See, this is what I was saying when parents do those things for their children because they think they're helping. They're really not. And this one is not. You know, she's 82. I sympathize, but she's not helping anybody out. You got to get tough, Mom. Tough. Okay, 22-year-old resident of the Villages jailed after alleged attack on grandmother. Ain't you the man? This kid looks familiar. He's been in trouble before. Look at that spoiled little brat face. A 22-year-old resident. I know without the age limit, but I'm just trying to think. When I was 22, I just wanted to be out on my own. I just wanted to go. I didn't want to be around. Why would a 22-year-old want to live around a bunch of old people? My mind says there's something mentally deficient about somebody that wants to live around a bunch of old people when you're 22 years old. Can't take care of himself. He ain't taking care of nobody. John David Newell was arrested early Friday morning at his home at 1701 Hilton Head Boulevard on charges of battery. By the way, that's also on the historic side. Historic side's got problems, and I don't know how they're going to resolve them. Hours earlier, Newell had gotten into an altercation with his grandmother because he was not allowed to use the golf cart. Poor guy. Jeez, maybe you have to walk, ride a bicycle. Well, I got one for you. Get a job so you can buy your own car. So he got mad and he increasingly got angry and began trashing the house, the arrest report said. Newell started shoving and yelling at his grandmother. He slammed her hand in a door, causing swelling and bruising. An abnormal bruise lump was observed on the victim's left hand, the arrest report officer wrote in his report. Earlier this year, Newell was sentenced to jail time after skipping an anger management class. He had been arrested after allegedly threatening the mother of his baby with a butcher knife. That's the guy. I remember that face from somewhere. The mother of his baby. You know what that means? Not married. That's what that means. 2019, during an altercation on the historic side of the Villages. In 2016, Newell was arrested after damaging his uncle's golf cart, also on the historic side. See, that's what I'm saying up there. These kids moving in with grandma and grandpa and stuff is a problem. And they're a problem for everybody. This guy's been in trouble 3 different times. His grandmother, his uncle, and his girlfriend. 3 of them. One kid caused problems for 3 different people that we know of. Grandma, you're not helping him. Throw him out. Just tell him to get out. Buy him a tent at Walmart and tell him that's his new condominium and he can move it on down the street and move into the Ocala rainforest or whatever. I don't care. But he'd be out of my house. Homeowners angry at the Villages and Seco, the electric company, I think, over sudden mandate of landscaping. Well, that's wrong. It's not a sudden mandate. Never has been a sudden mandate. They've always had right of way. They've always had easements. Just because you didn't know about it or didn't take the time to know about it, or just like the lady with the artificial turf, you decided to ignore it because you probably figured who would care. In most cases, maybe they don't care. But if you get nailed for doing something where you did not have ARC's approval, you got nobody to blame but yourself. Strict rules in place as fitness centers set to reopen in the Villages. Let me see what the rules are going to be. I got an idea, but it's nice to read so I don't give out false information. Fitness centers will reopen Monday, October 5. That's when the town squares are going to reopen. The fitness centers are located at the following recreation centers: Colony Cottage, Finney, Laurel Manor, Mulberry Grove, Rohan, and Seabreeze. Hours of operation, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Please limit time to 1 hour. Maximum capacity will be posted at the entrance, 50% based on equipment. Those using the fitness centers are asked not to remove any setup of equipment, tables, and any other equipment supplied by the Recreation and Parks Department. All areas will be cleaned and sanitized frequently. Any areas with table coverings will be replaced with new coverings after being cleaned and sanitized. Those visiting the fitness centers should remember to follow social distancing guidelines, keeping 6 feet away from others. Other guidelines will include: village residents with fitness club membership shall have priority. Valid Villages ID cards are required. A staff member with a monitor entrance, fitness desk, and equipment. Sign-in sheet will be used to monitor fitness club participation level. Fitness club users will be allowed to enter each time an individual leaves the club, not to exceed recommended capacity to maintain social distancing. Face masks will be required at check-in and any time within 6 feet of others. No cash transactions will be permitted. Sanitation stations are provided. Please clean equipment before and after each use. If you are sick, fever, cough, shortness of breath, recently exposed to COVID-19, or have COVID-19 symptoms, do not come to any fitness club until your doctor has cleared you. Be flexible as facility operations, attendance numbers, and or services may be restricted, closed, or limited. And as the snowbird season gets closer, things like that is going to be very, very crowded and getting harder and harder to get in. Mission Barbecue opens with salute to military and first responders. Deb and Sue has done a review of that restaurant. You heard it on Wednesday Night Live show. Deb talked about it. I haven't done a video yet. It'll probably be 2 or 3 weeks before I even do that video. Maybe, I don't know yet. And put it up. But Deb and Sue both had nothing but good things to say about it. So it'll be nice to see it. Keep watching and you'll see it. Their reviews is always on Thursday. Maryland snowbird arrested after intoxicated outburst at Wildwood. Villager jailed on DUI charge after vehicle spotted in golf cart lane. Brooklyn native arrested after brawl with woman in the village of Glenbrook. Alden Bungalow's neighborhood recreation center to be closed. That's pretty common on a regular basis. They'll close rec centers, they'll close neighborhood pools and all that. It's generally for cleaning and maybe some maintenance issues at the same time, get all that stuff done at once. And then they reopen it and you're good for another, I don't know, year, 2 years, whatever it is. So it's not that they're closing the rec center down because there's a problem. They're probably closing it down for maintenance. Woman arrested after inviting deputy to smoke marijuana with her. Brilliant. New rules are in place when town squares reopen next month. Let me read that. Because I reported they're going to be open, but I didn't read the whole article because the article was like really long and I don't want to take all that time. But then somebody sent me an email saying the way they're going to limit how many people go to the square is you had to go and get a pass or a ticket or something. I guess they're free. I just assumed it was a way they could nickel dime you for a little more, but that's just my cynical way. But apparently they're free, but it's kind of like a first come, first get kind of thing, I guess. And anyway, let me see what it says. Several new rules will be in place next month when town squares reopen in the villages. The town squares will reopen Monday, October 5, and there will be limited capacity that allows for social distancing. Those hoping to visit one of the squares will be required to have an entry pass. The passes are free and available at the village's box office at tickets.thevillages.com. The passes will be available beginning October 2. Staff members will man a single entry and exit point to limit the crowd size. The bar huts at Lake Sumter, I'm looking at them, it looks like they put up a plexiglass shield at the bar huts. That's a good idea. When the town squares reopen, there will be no happy hour, at least not initially. Drinks will be available at the bar huts at the squares, but lines will be discouraged. Yeah, that's the problem with the happy hour thing down there, especially during this pandemic thing. People will get in line, literally. When the happy hour starts, it's usually the very first hour. So it's like from 5 till 6. At 4:30, they'll start lining up. This is worse than going to a Disney World park. And I don't know how they shut the line off, because you take somebody way back in line that's been in line for an hour to get that extra beer. If he doesn't get it, it's going to be a problem. So anyway, that's why they're not going to do the happy hour thing, to try to discourage that. Chairs will not be provided at the squares. Therefore, residents are encouraged to bring their own chairs, which I'd rather do that anyway. The entertainment lineup has been announced for the first night. Spanish Springs will be Trip 19. Lake Sumter Landings at Market Square will be Studio 77. And Brownwood Patty Square will be Paisley Craze. I'll be honest with you, I never heard of none of them. Okay, I think that's enough. I'm going to get together with this video and whatever I did the other day, it's still in the GoPro 7. Once I see it, I'll go, oh, that's it. That's what it was. But I forget. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, and hopefully I'll see you guys coming down and your lifestyle visit, and hopefully maybe me and Sue can meet some of you sometime and put a face with a name. But I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate all my Patreons. I appreciate all of you. See you on the other side.